All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I am Christine Chang,
I am Shining Love Smile.
and this is Jimmy on my lap. Who's that?
Lychee, you calm down a little bit. My Italian greyhound. She's anxious, just like me.
My dog's kind of like me. He's
a
calm most of the time, but he has his moments. Once he
I would
gets
s-
comfortable with you, he has his moments.
Your dog is the chillest dog.
Oh, just wait.
ever.
No, just wait.
Dog. Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about beauty. Beauty secrets. Is there such thing as a secret, or do we actually know how to maintain beauty? To me, I view it as it's kind of like those like Shape magazine about how to lose weight and shit. Everyone knows how to lose weight. Eat healthier and you actually exercise, and if you burn enough more calories than you eat, you'll lose weight, okay? So why is there all these articles on it? Well, I know why. It's like the industry. You want to sell shit, right?
Capitalism.
But today we're going to talk about beauty secrets. You look really nice, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you changed your hair today.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Beach look?
Beach look. Yeah. And turns out looking a little greasy, but that's fine.
That's why I never do that look. Some people can do that. They call it like the wet mermaid look.
Yeah.
I am positive I would look like a grease monkey.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's like I
Gotta
haven't
wash
washed
my
my
hair
hair
today.
for like a week or something.
All right. So with beauty, what have you learned from your Asian elders
Oh yeah.
about
so-
beauty? And what's the starting point? Is it food? Is it staying out of the sun?
Nah, I think this is a boring ass answer. Like, you know how other race are always like, oh, what's Asians' secret to aging? You age really well. Oh, that reminded me of this internet meme of, like Asian women, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the same.
Yeah.
And then he's like 70, it's all like,
You turn
raising
into
it.
the old
Yeah.
lady in a tracksuit.
So like, I think mostly genetics. Yeah, that's just
We got
like,
lucky there.
Yeah.
Us and black people.
oh yeah, yeah,
Melanin.
right?
Is that it? Melanin?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then money. This is what people don't want to admit. There's not much secret to it. Like you spent money, buy time. You can do facelift, get yourself a real good surgeon, Botox filler, or even like top of the line cream, skincare routine. That all helps, and sunscreen and all that. That costs money.
It does. There's those memes too about like, you're not ugly, you're just broke. And
Yeah.
they'll show like a Kardashian from before and after.
True.
That is part of it. Okay, I'm going to give the boring stuff. Of course, there's the starting point. Before you even get into any of that is like hydrate. Drink that does help. Drink a lot of water. Lemon water actually helps me a lot. I notice a difference, and I learned it by mistake when I was sick once. So it was like, drink lemon water with honey, and after that week, I'm like, damn, why does my skin look so good? I usually don't drink enough as well, but with the lemon, I was like, oh my God. So I regularly do that now, and it helps. And also for your skin, everyone's skin type's different, but as long as you keep it hydrated, whatever works for you, because when I'm in the desert, my least favorite terrain, I fucking hate the desert. It's so dry. I look 10 years older versus when I'm somewhere lush like Hawaii and there's the humidity and I don't even have to put anything on my face. Skin's plump. I'm like, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
So that is a starting point. And also the foods you eat can help.
Yeah.
But after that,
Yeah, after that it's just money. That's why the advice I would give to younger women, you're still young, you can still go to sleep with your makeup on and all that. I did all that. And once you hit like I think oh, by the way, we should tell people how old we are to pull this episode off.
oh yes, okay, so I turned 40.
I'm going to turn 38
Okay.
in a few months.
Yeah. So your face starts to change. Well, everyone's different, but I would say I noticed it mid 30s. my face started to change. My eyeballs started to sink in. You know, when you age from here, like around your nose, your skull starts to cave in.
Yeah.
And so it's starting to hollow out. So I noticed that. I noticed I have less fat in my face, like in a bad way, where it looks like my neck, the skin's thin. And so I see, and my hands. Usually with women, right? It's like neck and hands. That's when you really start to see those changes of aging. So I noticed that as well. That's a whole thing too, that it would have been nice to get a heads up on that, because when you start seeing those changes, it was actually kind of hard for me. The reality hits, because you think when you're younger, you think like, oh, that's never going to be me. Why are these women doing all this stuff like Botox, gross? And you get to that age and you're like, do I want to do Botox? You understand it a little more. Do I want to get a facelift? When you're younger, like, never. That's gross. Yeah, when your face starts to change. Have you noticed any changes in your face?
Oh yeah. Ever since I started doing the online thing and then film myself every day, you look at yourself and you do notice a difference. And before that, I never really looked into it. I didn't because I feel I'm still 20 some. And then without the technology, the editing and photos and shit, you know, like you, and then also with I always take picture with a filtered app.
You do.
You have a like just distorted reality of what you really look like. Oh. And someday when I, got pulled down the driver, the mirror, and then I see, the fuck I get, kind of a little jumped. It's like, what? Do I really look like that? And then sometimes when you open your app, and then you swipe, and then your iPhone or the camera just brings back, and then you kind of fucking get startled a little bit. Like the fucking old ass bitches. It's like I don't remember I look like that.
Those apps are dangerous.
Yeah,
and that's why I rarely use them, because I think it would be unhealthy for me. Because a lot of young women, they will go into a plastic surgeon's office. I will say, I want to look like this. And
like after
and
Photoshop.
a filtered version of them, which is not real. And that's why you see the trend is kind of that animated look with the fox
AI.
brow. I'm like, you look like a cartoon character.
Right.
And it's too extreme. And of course, to each their own. So if it genuinely makes you happy, I'm always like, go for it. But if it's, what's the word when it's distorted? Do you know the word for that, Eddie? When it's like like what you see in the mirror doesn't really match reality. Just a distorted view of how you look, and also the addiction to perfecting yourself.
Right.
You know, it's important to have a healthy relationship with yourself, so that it's balanced. Because I'm an artist, so I'm into aesthetics. My background's in photography. I've always been into aesthetics. My therapist told me, I asked her before I met my husband, like, what kind of partner, what traits would they have that would be most compatible for me? And the first thing she said was good aesthetic taste. So I do look at those things. I look at people's eyebrows. And in my mind, I do criticize them, like, oh man, your eyebrows are like outdated, or you like, it would look a lot better and more balanced if you did this. But if they're happy with their jacked up eyebrows, you know what? I actually am a little jealous that you're happy with those eyebrows, and I wish I could be like that. But I notice all those things, which I think is fine. And with beauty standards as well, it's usually, I think, balanced is what is considered scientifically beautiful. Have you heard of that test they did on babies, where they would show babies pictures of different people, and they would look at people longer if the face was more symmetrical? Because I think that's an indication of health as well.
Right. So beauty standard does exist.
It does exist. Maybe exacerbated by social media,
because babies, exactly.
But there is something scientifically that is, I think it's healthy, because that's what biologically we go towards, is health. Yeah.
And I would like to get to an age where like I'm so graceful, because I do come across a lot of older women's social media, and they talk about I think most of them are in their 60s or 70s, and you can see they're finally made peace with their age, and they feel so themselves. But I'm sure like they all women or men too. Men too, like people don't talk about it, or men don't talk about it this much, but men have aging anxieties too.
Oh, losing their hair.
Oh yeah, losing that.
That's a big one. Can you imagine? That is actually a really big thing. Losing your hair. And Pete has communicated to me before his concerns about that. I mean, it's already started for him. It's going. He's 48. It's going. But that's because you can't hide that.
No.
With makeup or anything like that. You can get hair plugs, I guess. It would be the solution.
Right. So yeah, I wrote this bit like it. What was I saying? Oh, my husband came out of a shower and screaming, "There's gray on my balls," and I catch him checking himself, like his face in the mirror, like the under eye bags and stuff, like all the gray, because he always had gray in the hair. And then first time he found gray on his balls, he just like his anxiety came out. It was like, I'm old, and then he started wearing glasses too because he couldn't see like the prescription bottle thing.
Yeah, when you start to have to hold it far from you.
Yeah.
How old is he?
41.
Okay, I think it can start like in your 40s when your vision starts to change and you have to do that.
Yeah, but men like don't really talk about it. But yeah, like Asian anxiety exists in both genders. It's not just like female and then or like the mainstream media portrays like a younger women, and I think that also maybe it does not help with our aging anxiety.
No, it's getting better though, don't
It's
you
getting
think?
better. Yeah, it's getting better for sure.
What the media portrays.
Yeah, I think for like a Chinese pop culture, it still promotes like you have to be young and innocent and more like it's almost like a schoolgirl type of aesthetic. That's the new beauty standard, in which I think is kind of like perverted, to be honest. Yeah, but people can say because I'm a hater, I'm an older woman now.
Oh yeah, they always. Do you get that pushback online ever? Like you're just saying that because you're.
Yeah,
old.
they're like every spectrum of hate comments. Like I've seen it all, and yeah, I don't really like care. Like I mentioned to you before, the first time I saw a flood of hate comments, I told all of my friends, I'm famous now.
That's when you know you made
feel
it.
like, yeah, I have haters. I was like saying this to my husband. I cannot wait. One day I wake up and I see my name on the like a New York, controversial, like a Washington Post or something, like Shining Love Smile said this. I was like, damn, that would be happy. I imagine how big I would get when everybody wants to cancel me. But yeah, anyways, so male and female, we all have aging problems, and also, like I guess male beauty standards are kind of like a young build and six packs and Ryan Gosling type.
Yeah, the waist. With guys' waist, I didn't know that. Like it gets wide, even if you're in shape.
Yeah,
it gets wider.
Yeah,
as they age.
your gut just shows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for like
it widens.
Middle-aged man. Yeah, it just is. But there are a lot of women who like that. Like the chubby, like Post Malone, his new look, and then he just seems really happy.
That's the most attractive.
Yeah,
thing. When someone's confident and genuinely happy.
Yeah, that's kind of the difference between male and female. Like for like men, you have to like sexually be attracted to this woman a little bit, right? Like for us, and you're a little fat, short, bald, that's fine. But are you funny? Can you like, are you nice? Do you treat me well? Like we're forgiving with the appearances. More forgiving.
More forgiving.
Yeah, David Soul talked about it on his podcast. I was like, yeah, like he's right about it. Like he's very confident when he used to be, like he lost a lot of weight now. When he was, I guess, a little chubbier, he didn't it really didn't bother him that much, and he still thought, like, he was a shit, he was a good looking guy, and that confidence really is attractive to women.
Yes.
But I can't say the opposite works, but
No, there's just less room for it. I do know some men, like, have you
like
ever,
heavier women.
Well, have you ever seen maybe a woman, she's not the stereotypically prettiest in the room, but her confidence and her aura, men will flock to her energetically. But I just feel like there's a little less leeway with like how much a man is willing to
to
forgive. I don't know,
Yeah.
that sounds so shitty. But
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, no shade to men. I think it's just biology.
they're very visual.
Yeah,
They're
like men
very
are just
visual.
like, oh yeah, do I like her face? Do I like her body? Like, I like to have sex with her. Pretty much, that's the first thing come to their mind. But for us, definitely we have to visualize: can I have sex with him? And if the first thought was ew,
Yeah.
then
No.
we can't walk past. Yeah,
You can't force that.
yeah, we can work with that. But if we can just picture, like, I can work with this, like, and then we're then you develop a relationship and all that. But yeah, definitely women are more forgiving with the looks, because I know a lot of comedians, male comedians, they are women, beautiful women.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a thing for comedians. But
'cause
it's not the
yeah.
same with female. Female comedians
No.
don't have groupies. They don't have like male looking, models. Like, you know what my type is?
Yeah.
A female stand-up comedian. But they're beautiful women, model like women. They have a thing for stand-up comedians. Bobby Lee.
His
He pulls the
girlfriend,
hottest
yeah.
women.
Yeah, well,
Yana.
women love like funny
Funny.
and confident, and comedians are smart.
Yeah.
They're extremely smart.
Thank you. Yeah. So with what was I saying? Yeah. Men have anxieties too. They just don't talk about it. And then also, I think because of that, their looks is not the only factor to them. And so they can, pursue career, and then, if they make good money, they pull, good looking women, or they can develop a good set of personalities, or, be funny, or all different ways to, I guess, get women. But for women, because we know, like, men, they can't help it. It's just biology. They like good looking women, symmetrical and definitely younger. I don't know if it's drive from, procreating.
I think it starts
subtle.
there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're not gonna come across a lot of men that have a thing for, older women that, you feel like vaginas kind of dries and look like deserts and shit. I don't know if like a lot of men, like, unless they're, have fetishizing, MILF or things like that. But most men do go for,
They are naturally drawn to youth. I think a lot of
Exactly.
that is biological.
Yeah.
I do know some men that find older women attractive because they're usually very smart, and intellect is a big thing for them, that they can mentally connect to this person. And the men who date significantly younger women only, and the example is, I think when everyone's above 30, it's more of a fair playing field with age gaps. But when someone's 18, early 20s, a woman, and she's still figuring out herself, and then the guy's 40 plus, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, where is your headspace at? Okay, if it's just physical, that's one thing, but I also have a sensitivity to that of power dynamics, and because the younger person is still developing their fucking frontal cortex. I've talked about this online, and I get a lot of pushback, like, you're just old and bitter. I'm like, I at the time did not know better. I didn't know what I was giving up at that time. And if the older man is genuine in their intentions, kind and all that, that's fine. I'm not denying that there could be like a true love, a true connection there. But when you use it for manipulation and because you as the older man, like you have more life experience, you know your boundaries better, you know what you want in life. Possibly the younger person doesn't have that yet. And if you take that advantage of that or use that to your advantage, I'm not cool with that. And I do feel like a lot of men who do date super young like that, they do. And I don't like it, okay? But again, I mean, you do you, as long as you're not. My thing is like, just like, don't hurt anyone. You know, don't be a selfish dick. I find an instinct to like want to protect younger women who go, like, I've been in that space and it's part of the learning, right? I've dated older guys when I was in my early 20s. And if I can go back in time, well, now I learned, so I am who I am and I like who I am. But I'm just like, oh man, that was not I wouldn't do it again.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely dated older men too. And looking back is like, oh, they've got some issues. Because one of the guys, he's like a favorite porn category is like barely legal. And, you know, I was like, oh, okay, this is a pattern here. I got to get the fuck out.
Yeah. There's not that protective instinct. That's what I don't like about it. Because, like, just say they have a daughter in the future. I feel like that's when it clicks for them. I'm like, okay, just wait till your 18-year-old daughter brings home a guy and it's close to your age. You're going to be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like when you see a used to be player now older with just girls, you're like, karma's a bitch now. Like, you know, you're fucking with women. Now you all have daughters. But yeah.
Okay, back on topic. Can we talk about plastic surgery?
Yes.
Have you ever gone plastic surgery?
Yes, and yes. I think I'm just gonna say it. I think everyone in the entertainment business did Botox or filler, or they're just liars.
99% of them do. And if it's not plastic surgery, it's like Botox or something to maintain that on-screen beauty. I have also gone plastic surgery.
What did you get?
I got my nose and my ears done. My nose, I went in for it was more medical. I had really bad allergies, so I always had a stuffy nose. So I'd sleep with my mouth open because my turbinates in my nose would always be inflamed. So I went in to talk to a doctor about that, and he said I could remove your turbinates. And I'm like, well, if you're going to go in at the same time, could you? Because I have, in 7th grade, I went to look into a classroom door because there was a little window, and someone kicked the door open and it hit my nose. And so there was a bump that never healed correctly, and I was really insecure about that. So I wanted to shave that bump off. So the doctor shaved the bump off, and then at the same time, he's like, well, for a balanced nose with Asians, sometimes, like, I mean, this is only going to make sense if you're watching this video, but like the nasal, these folds here, you can push it up a little. So he did that as well to make it higher.
So natural.
Oh,
I
thanks.
would never.
Yeah, if you see like childhood
know.
pictures of me, I don't think you can tell that I got a nose job.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I wanted to. I personally don't like the look of, oh, she looks like she's had work done.
Yeah.
And then the ears was actually my mom is the one who told me to get it because my ears stick out. It runs on my dad's side of the family. And now looking back, I actually don't know if it didn't occur to me that I wanted to fix it. And my mom's like, you're going in anyways, you should fix that. I'm like, okay. And so it was actually really painful. They cut the back, sewed it tighter so they didn't stick out. I actually think ears that stick out can be cute.
Yeah.
It kind of be cute, right? But I mean, I don't regret getting it. I just know it wasn't. I'm not sure how I'd feel if my ears still stuck out, but I think I've done so much personal growth on myself. I would have the self-love to like love my ears.
Exactly. So yeah, advice to younger women who want plastic surgery or non-invasive ones, just kind of like check your mental health first. Don't try to do this to please someone or correct yourself. And then because consequences can be devastating.
You can't take
see
some
them
of that
bad, dude.
stuff back. Like to turn your nose back. In most cases, they can't. That's the scary part when you're like about to go in. Like, it's going to be different. Like, hopefully it's good, but we're like, what if I want my own old nose back? Like, a lot of times, like, it's never going to be the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just know, like, everybody you see on TV or, like, you know, social media influencers, they all have fucking Botox and fillers.
They
and
do.
And then they do their airbrush looks and don't feel bad.
They have
Like, you
a
can't-
full-on makeup team, like,
Yeah.
following them on the red carpet.
Yeah. It's like yeah, definitely when I was younger, I compared myself to those models looking women and all that, and then feel bad for myself and nitpick the smallest shit that nobody sees. But like I just nitpick myself, my looks. And yeah, so I've been there, I guess. Like I think every young girl's all went through that
Yeah. Why
nitpicking.
don't I look like
exactly.
her?
And then also pretty much all my girlfriends all went through like an eating disorder phase too. Like all of us. And to like the spectrum, like some degree of, you know, really unhealthy behaviors. And I don't, yeah, there's no way to, right? Like just young girls, we just go through this phase, just kind of nitpick our looks and
It's
hair and eyebrows and weight, and like no matter how thin or healthy you look, you always find something wrong with you. Like this is why I wish, you know, like a man can share some of their confidence with us. You know, like they're just like, cool, I look good, and they go about their day. You know, like
so
they don't
simple.
think too much about it. Right.
Yeah. Well, some guys do. Well, actually, okay, I'm going to ask you, like, what do you think of guys who get plastic surgery? But first, I would love to know, what plastic surgery have you had done?
Oh, yeah. Filler, Botox. Yeah, pretty much. But I do want to get facelift.
When?
Maybe
now?
Maybe like in a few years.
Really?
Yeah.
The lower or upper?
Yeah.
Oh, you
kind of want to,
see
you
it
know,
tight.
maybe tighten up a little bit.
They could do
No,
other.
not me. Just said giving young girl advice, not to go for like immediately. I go, yeah, I'm not do this and this and that.
Can't they do? There's like the radio frequency to like tighten this.
Oh, I did that, but it didn't really work for me.
Oh.
It made me look aged.
Oh,
because
they
it
can.
burned
Yes.
fat.
Yes.
And it looked,
They warn.
Yeah.
Well, a good doctor should warn you about that.
It's funny because when I was younger, I was like, oh, my face is too fat. And now I'm older, like, bring back that fat to my face. That's collagen.
Yes.
You feel that's youth.
Yes,
But like when you're younger, you want to look older.
they get the like the was it buccal fat removal? Like the chubby cheeks. I'm like, girl, you want those chubby cheeks.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
The
what my
chipmunk, so cute.
my Taiwanese friend told me. I mean, I love the relationship we have because we could just be honest with each other. And she's like, you know, because you don't have a lot of fat, you know, it'd be helpful for you if you ate more collagen and, you know, like the fatty brisket stuff, that kind of stuff. And
Pig's feet.
Yes,
intestines.
And it's true. So I make an effort to eat that stuff because I feel like I'm turning into that Simpsons character, Mr. Burns. Like my as I'm aging, my problem isn't that I'm gaining weight. I'm losing mass. So I'm like, and I don't like the way I look. So I actually have to incorporate more weight training into my workout because I do yoga right now and dance. But if I do too much cardio, like for me personally, like too skinny, you know, like I want some mass on me. And also I think Asian women are prone to osteoporosis. So it'd be good for me to
build
training.
muscles.
Build some muscle, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
With your filler, did you like it? Did it hurt?
I didn't like it because it didn't hurt as much, but I do feel discomfort. If I lay down with some certain angle, it almost like I can feel the poke. It pokes me.
I heard things like that, like your scar tissue,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't want to get it.
And then they say fillers, they go away. No, everything you do in your face, it stays. They don't go away. it stays there. You don't want to get too much filler because
that-
then it can fuck up the nerves. And then also with a facelift, you don't want to do too much.
It's all the nerves.
All the nerves, it takes time to heal. And also as you get older, your healing systems don't work as good.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like, you're fucking scary as fuck, you know, like a wax figure. You don't want that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I definitely went through just like deep fear of getting old. Like, I don't want to have an old ass face, you know, because I always feel young and I want to like kind of blend in. Even if I just go back to school and study something, I can, you know, blend in, pretend I'm still, you know, in college or something. The thought of just being old and wrinkled, like I definitely went through the phase where like I was so deeply afraid of that.
Me too.
And then now I think my new fear about aging isn't necessarily of wrinkles or gray hair anymore, is your soul. Like, no matter how old I get, I don't want to lose the excitement for life, the passion for life. That I fear. Like, that I fear more than just now saggy ass face anymore. Because you do see a lot of beautiful older women living their lives, you know, all dressed up, you know, like, and I don't remember her name. I was gonna shout out, but she was featured on Vogue or something too. Just this older women with, you know, like really good taste, fashion taste, and they have their own business and they have their own girlfriends and go on trips. And then you see they are older people, not just women, both men and women, kind of like give up on their lives. That you don't see
The vitality.
Yeah, like they kind of just wait for death. I don't want that. Like that's more fearful to me.
Okay.
Like, even if I'm, you know, one day like 80, I can't wipe my own ass, I'm checked into a nursing home, I still want to, you know, talk shit with, you know, male nurses and, you know, like cute male nurses. And I want to feel excitement. I want to feel like even if I can't move as fast, I want to still feel the littlest happy things, like bird chirping and like just beach, or, you know, staring at the sky for I don't know, 30, 40 minutes and just kind of zone out and enjoying the last of my breath. You feel that's I'm okay with.
Okay. Well, the good news is you're in full control of that. That's mindset, gratitude, and that, you know, feeling youthful and being present and playful. It's all habits. So you're in complete full control of that. I would like that as well. It's easy though when you get stuck in the cycles of like, I mean, starting during the pandemic, I was functionally depressed for like 3 years, up until like last month. Okay. But sometimes it's necessary, you know, it's necessary for my body to slow down, to really think about what do I want to do in life. Yeah. But it's shitty when you're going through it. But I understand it is up to me and my habits. If I don't like where my life is right now, what the fuck am I going to do about it? I better do something differently. And I could start with little things. Exactly. And it's been a lot better. But at least it's in your control. The physical part is not.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the plastic surgery or whatever you choose to do to maybe like help it. So what do you think about men who get plastic surgery?
Unless you're Tom Cruise, Zac Efron, you're, you know, working in front of the camera, this is your career, then yeah. But if you're just, I don't know, some normal lawyer or engineer, I don't know. I don't think there's much benefit to it. The only, I mean, I'm just making assumptions, stereotyping all men who do. I feel like the biggest reason is, I don't know, they hit like kind of midlife crisis and, you know, divorced and they want young pussies and that's why they want to, you know, look younger. That's the only reason for non-entertainment man to do that, I feel. But I don't know. I guess everybody go through midlife crisis and you know, with different behaviors. No, like no hating, no shading, but
no.
it's just what I think.
Oh no, everyone does, and I I wish I didn't have these thoughts, but I do have judgy thoughts about just because everyone does everything differently. And again, if you're genuinely happy doing what you're doing, awesome. But I find a lot of stuff cringy just because I personally wouldn't want to do it, like getting the red convertible, like the equivalent to that. I'm like, to all my friends, I'm like, please tell me if I ever become this person, if I'm trying to hang on to my youth, shopping at Forever 21, and I'm that person, please tell me, because I personally don't like how that looks, okay? And some women, they feel great. They're in their 40s, 50s, and they do shop at Forever 21, and they like it. More power to you. But I don't, I'm not a fan of that look, like of trying to hang on to youth. Because like youthful energy is very vibrant, and people are drawn to it. Everyone's drawn to it. But I think there's a healthy balance of aging with grace. You are not, a lot of women, they want to look like how they look in your 20s. You don't look like how you look in your 20s anymore. You look different, but how can you be more refreshed?
Yeah, like that's the criticism Madonna is facing. She has a TikTok, and I don't know if you've come across her TikTok and some of the videos. I mean, I like her. She's an icon, but it does make me feel, like you need to maybe like get off the camera a little bit, where I don't know. It's a little cringy. I don't know what you're doing. I don't see like the artistic thing about the video you just made, but hey, like she's Madonna. And I definitely feel when women hit certain age, we should be more elegant or graceful.
I'm personally...
Look who's talking. Not me talking about like elegant and grace, but I don't know.
I'm personally am attracted to that. What are some women, maybe some celebrity women, that you think have aged or are aging gracefully?
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
And then, there's other... I don't remember her name. Yeah, she did not do. She had some trauma. Talking about trauma.
Oh, child actors.
Yeah, and yeah, and with the industry back then, a lot more toxic. She did her own healing, and she looks really happy, balanced now, and I think that's more attractive than. Give me an example of a female celebrity. There's still too much, and then.
Like, would you say Nicole Kidman has clearly done a lot, but I actually think her looks is not in bad taste.
Too much, yeah.
It's not bad, but she's gone a lot of facelifts.
She needs to stop right now.
It's always very tight.
Yeah, anymore you that's a little too much. But I mean, unless you're a comedian, Joan Rivers. She had a lot of done. Yeah. But she's a comedian, and that's you as a female comedian, I guess you get away with a lot of hideous behaviors and shit, you know. But who else?
Wait, are you looking for good examples or bad examples?
Yeah, good examples.
I mean, there's some women who have done work on themselves that I think, like Angelina Jolie has had work on, but I think she's done a good job doing it. Yeah. She also had a good
J-Lo.
J-Lo, yes.
I
think hers is a combination of good genes and
she does the work rigorous fitness routine, and I guess.
And I think her skin is naturally thicker. So that...
I'm sure she did some shit, because I think she received a criticism because
she's like, I've never
done. That's bullshit. That butt dropped the bullshit.
Yes, because she was trying to sell her beauty, like her mask.
And then Gwyneth Paltrow or some
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, she received a lot of hate too, because she promoted her cream or some shit on her website. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's almost like. I look like this because I use my product. Buy it. So that people don't really see that as authentic.
Right. I think it's important to be transparent about that stuff, just to set realistic expectations for people. because especially younger women, they don't know all the work that these women have gotten done and how much money it takes to look how they look.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I just feel like flat out lying about it. Okay, I'm not into lying, number one. So lying is not cool about it. I'm not saying you have to announce to the world everything that you get with a fucking
exactly.
megaphone. But I like to share it I like setting realistic expectations with everything.
There are smart, intelligent way to make a statement without lying. I just didn't tell you the whole truth, but you feel, but denying that I didn't do anything, like I didn't do plastic surgery, then that's kind of like, okay, whatever you say after that, nobody's gonna listen to that.
Yes.
It's like Andrew Tate, I'll bring him up. As a female comedian, I find him funny.
Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate. I find some of the
Is
stuff
that
he
the bald
says.
guy? Wait, is that the bald womanizer? Like,
Yeah,
the
like
chauvinistic guy?
I think he got arrested for
Yes,
like
okay, yes.
not allegedly, I guess. I don't know if
He's like that guru guy, tries to sell people courses and stuff. Shows up on a lot of podcasts and stuff.
Yeah. So like as a like I'm a comedian before I'm a woman. A lot of us like I analyze his set, and he's a great storyteller.
Wait, is he a comedian?
No, he's not a comedian.
He's not, right?
He's
Okay.
not. But like I like that's just me analyzing like, oh, what attracts people to listen to this guy? He says some funny shit. He says some outrageous shit. But like, I talk shit for a living. Most of the stuff I say is just, bullshit. So it's easier for me to filter through that, to listen to like he brings up some good points. And why did I bring him up? I have a point. I swear I have a point that tied with what we were saying. Shit. Okay. You go. It will
might
come
come
back. It
back.
will come back.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of women who I think who I like their style. Oh, you
sorry.
got it?
So my point was you can say things. No, that wasn't my point. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm thinking. I saw photos of Selma Hayek recently at the Golden Globes, and I think she looks really good. She for sure has done some. Like her boobs are very big.
Oh.
I mean, they were big before, but I think she got them bigger. And some people like that look, but for me personally, I'm like a little too big for me. But I thought she looked great. Shakira looks great. The way she
looks
dances.
good. Yeah, she looks. I can see she has done something, but yeah, but not too visible. Like the old school plastic surgery, you can see it. Now they have developed techniques, like it's some deep plane facelift and go like the muscle layer instead of just the skin to look more natural. There are a lot of you could make a lot of money from women.
God, they can do anything now.
Yeah.
When we went to that gala, the Unforgettable Gala, right before that, I got a microcurrent facial. Have you gotten that?
No.
So it's like basically electricity that they put to stimulate the muscle for it to go up. And it's very subtle. I actually think I prefer it to like something like Botox. 'Cause I think Botox is basically like poisoning yourself,
Yeah.
It's not good for you. I've gotten Botox a few times, but my friends told me to try microcurrent, and I did, because your body already has a natural electric current going through it. So this stimulates it, and it's subtle, but you just look refreshed. All my friends were like, what did you do to your face? I'm like, I got a microcurrent facial. So that I like, just to
Just kind of
like stimulate my muscles to lift a little bit.
Yeah. So like a multi-billion industry there. They can just charge absurd amount of money. Women will pay for it to look young.
Yeah, in Sephora, like all the products in Sephora, and a lot of it's just marketing.
Yeah. It's like if you put anti-aging
It's
on your label,
just
damn.
marketing.
Yeah.
The words, the cute bottle, the packaging, that's all it is. I mean, there are some things that like work. or like work better than others for you. But I'm just like, there's just so much shit in here.
Yeah. And yeah, like just female products in general make a lot more money, overprice it versus the male regular shaves or something. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think, yeah, because men, I guess, will spend money on different things, not skincare or not like too much on their face.
Most of them
right?
do not.
Yeah.
I think, does your husband do anything?
Not
Moisturize?
you saw him. He didn't do nothing.
No, but
It shows.
well, no, because we're so like, for me, I'm like, I gotta moisturize. Most men do not even moisturize.
He hates it.
And they get through the day just fine. And most of them actually look fine without doing it.
Yeah.
They don't wash their face.
Yeah. I think yeah, exactly. It just like water and then like one type of shampoo.
Yes.
Like hair, face, body
wash, it's all
asshole.
one
That's
thing.
it. Let's go. 5 minutes in and out.
And it's just fine.
We have like 20 different products in our shower.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, for me, I'm more for natural stuff now. I don't like chemicals on my face. So if it's more like natural oils and stuff to moisturize, I like using those.
Yeah.
Do you care? Like chemicals? Is that a concern
When
to you?
I was younger, surprisingly, I spent a lot of money on skincare, like the La Mer, the thing, and then the other one, like a Swedish brand, La Pure Prairie. I don't know. That sounded southern as fuck. La Prairie. But yeah, and I started looking into it. And a lot of, I think like some school did a study with La Mer and then Navia, same. Like you don't even see that much a difference. Yeah. And so they charge you because, I don't know, capitalism, because you're willing to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I just started using like Navia, and then I kind of went, minimize my skincare routine. Before I had like a 30, 40 steps, and it was like taking a shower, like it's like a whole thing. Like forget it.
And how
like
much
I can't go
time
exactly.
it
Yeah,
takes.
forget it. If I like go, I couldn't even like go on a date in the for lunch, which means I gotta wake up my ass up early, doing shower, shave, and all that. A lot of steps. And now it just simple like toner and then some
Serum?
and then cream, or sometimes even just oil, or like even Vaseline. I have dry skin.
Okay, so the Vaseline.
So Vaseline helps. It don't really clog the pore, but I think for greasier skin,
That
it's
probably
not
wouldn't be
preferred.
good. Do you wear SPF?
Sometimes.
That's important.
Yeah, I know. Like no matter
The neck,
yeah,
too. Don't forget the neck,
yeah.
SPF. And then also, actually, just covering the face, like not baking in the sun. That's one thing my grandma always said, like, stay out of the sun. And I saw her on her deathbed, porcelain skin. She always wore a hat or like the ugly ass visors. That I'm like, oh,
I got the Asian grandma thing too.
It's like the tinted one. Is
Yeah.
it a tinted one?
Yeah,
the tinted visor.
as mask. Yeah.
No, seriously. Like the women who bake out in the sun, it's usually not Asians, actually. I think like white women loved. I'm like, dude, that is not good for your skin. So I like putting SPF. Also on my hands, like when I drive, I actually got driving gloves because it's baking in the sun, and you start to get those like liver spots or whatever you call them. Yeah.
The Koreans, y'all have good beauty products.
Yeah, Korea. I really like the aesthetic of Koreans, like what they do, and the makeup. Usually, when I do get a makeup artist, it's usually someone who is Asian or has the Asian style.
Yeah.
It's the lighter, youthful look versus the American is more like or Eastern
Jeffree
European.
Star.
Yeah, more like Kardashian style,
Kardashian
which is
look.
actually influenced by transgender makeup. Did you know that?
I did
J-Lo
not
too,
know
because a lot of the makeup artists were like transgender, gay, and you know that
okay.
look. It's inspired by that, and I've gotten my makeup done like that before. It's not like it looks bad. It just doesn't feel like me. A little too heavy. And also my husband, it freaks him out because he he does not like
Yeah.
makeup. It's called like malicophobia or something. It's like fear of makeup.
Really?
It's a real thing.
Dang.
Like he doesn't like to
They
be
be naming everything in medical terms.
like he doesn't like being close to someone's face who has a lot of
Makeup.
foundation on like that.
Interesting. Like all the girls in Bling Empire has Western style makeup.
They do. Yeah, see that
Yeah.
style, which I'm not into it. But I mean, I think they look great. It's just different.
Yeah, that's why like you gotta be just you and not chase the beauty trend and then alter your face.
The trends,
irreversible. Like
the-
fat ass lips. I don't know. Like the one day, if
Yes.
thin lips is the thing, then what you gonna do?
No, eventually, I think because humans tend to swing extreme.
Exactly.
The natural lips, like the undone look, will be in. And with lip filler, I think you can dissolve it. But then I think if you stretch it out that much, it might like look funny when after it deflates.
Yeah.
Is that possible? And then also the fox eye trend. All the young girls are doing that.
Was it the one of the Hadid's
Yes.
sister?
And it's
they're so pretty.
I
They
know,
got
it's so
all of
fucking
that shit.
tight that it's not just like when we were growing up with trends like, oh, this is the lipstick shade. This is fucking injecting stuff, threading your like mutilation of your face before you really come into like who you are and who you want to be. So I really hope that whatever they do, that it's, you know, that it's healthy.
Yeah, and then also the Kardashians. I see they are removing their BBLs or something.
Yeah, they're like,
They
oh,
get
skinny's
thinner
in now.
Yeah, right.
Like, what the heck? Dude, the BBL, what is the, like, the fat transplant for the, is it fat or when they put, like, a foreign, it's a foreign,
silicone or some
Because
shit.
when you
I
do
see a
that,
bad job.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Also, it, like,
Yeah.
it's hard. It doesn't bounce like a regular ass
Mm-hmm.
bounces. I'm like, people like this? It's like, you want a hard ass? I find that so weird.
Yeah.
And when
But-
Asian women, have you seen an Asian woman do that?
Oh, I
How their
know.
butt-
Jessie, the Korean rapper, female rapper, I do like her because I feel like, yes, she's very all plasticed up with her tits and ass and her face and lips. She openly talks about it, but because her personalities, and she's just so open about it, I feel like,
she likes
nah,
it.
it wouldn't look good on any other Asian women but her. You feel? It's like, it's almost like, yo, this is her. And definitely, I think it depends on the person and the personality, I feel. And then credit to Kardashian sisters. They did give curvy women the time of their lives. I think before it's all like cocaine chic and
Yeah,
like
the
a thin
90s.
as and the sticks, and then the Paris Hilton type. Oh, she's an icon too. And Nicole Richie. Have you seen their reality TV show, The Simple Life?
I've seen a couple episodes back in the day, but I don't really remember.
It wasn't your thing, huh?
No.
Yo, it was my thing. Yeah, that's how I learned. Watching reality shows was how I learned English part of it.
Really? How funny.
Yeah, I loved
remember.
it.
Yeah, I remember that
then
whole era.
Reality show was a thing back then. Yeah, Flavor of Love.
Oh, yes. Flavor Flav. That
The
guy
Girl
was
Next
funny.
Door with Hugh
yes.
Hefner. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Paris Hilton,
Yeah.
and then the Jerseys and
Oh, Jersey Shore.
their Jersey Shores. Yeah, Orange County. A lot of it. Yeah, that was a good
Hills.
time.
That was
The
later.
Heels. Yeah.
Well, I think the last thing, I mean, that is in your control is stress, too, because stress will age you. That's why I married someone who is low to no drama.
Yeah, you can tell from a woman at any age, a happy woman just glows.
It is so attractive.
Yeah.
When I see an quote unquote older woman, just say like 50s and 60s, but they have that vitality and they're genuinely happy. And a lot of men who, like, I would photograph football players a lot, like men who I would think like kind of have a lot of choice in who they marry, like what kind of woman is that guy choosing? And a lot of them, even though now they're older, you'll see like in their 50s, like all their wives, super fun, super down to earth,
bubbly.
in their like in their bodies still like dance on the dance floor. That is what is attractive.
Yes, your passion, your excitement for the littlest things in life, that's more important. And I don't ever want to lose that no matter how old I get.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
And
then,
the confidence.
yes. And last advice to young women for, like preventing aging or anything like that, invest. You feel like invest, like put your money into, Roth IRA. This sounds like, like a finance bro channel now. But invest your money because with compounded interest, even if you do like $5, just, one milk tea, like just, just save that, It's healthy for you anyways.
That's true. Oh,
Like,
there's nothing good in boba for you.
just like
Nothing.
even $1 a day, that accumulated compound interest can help a lot when it's time to get. You feel, like a little bit injection here and there, and facelift. You can use your own money instead of sucking up some dicks to get money to do your plastic surgery. You feel like that don't feel good because you now earned your invested. You're investing in yourself. Like no shade in doing plastic surgery. But
It should
like
be
but
your choice.
yeah, but
that
sleeping
you wanna
around
get it.
and get sugar daddy so you can get fine things. It's not very good investment.
No. No. And I think a lot of women, I have a friend and her mom, I think is in her 70s now. She said she got her facelift, I think early 50s, and she looks great now because she, I think, waited for the right time, did everything. I think she just went on her did like tummy tuck, did all, and she's like, my mom looks really good right now.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider too, of like frequency and like when. I have thought about like my under eyes. I'm like, do I want to, make this better? And my mom has that done. I think they suck the fat out
Yeah.
from her under eyes,
Yeah, I
and
know
it
what you're
makes
talking
it,
about.
makes a big difference. Because she looks less tired. And so I thought about like, do I want to do anything? She's like, wait. She's like, you're still young-ish. She's like, wait until it gets worse, and
worse.
then go do it.
Yeah,
that was her
agreed.
advice to me.
Yeah. Don't put so much on your face at early age. If you're in your 20s, you don't need any of that shit.
Serious, it's sad. Like
Yeah.
Botox in your 20s.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get any of that. When I was in my 20s, I was just too busy partying. Like I didn't take a good look at my face. But invest and just wait. You don't need it in your 20s.
No.
And then to check before you do anything, big things in life, just check yourself.
Just make
and
sure
your
you-
mental health okay, your heart's at the right place.
Yeah.
Then if not, it's better to wait than make a bad decision, because whatever you do, like life comes back to bite you in the ass. You have to pay for all the bad decisions you've made, and that's not gonna be pretty.
Absolutely.